weight in the last year?
Funny you should ask. In my head, I made a complete mountain out of all the weight, and I had this whole catastrophized version of what happened in my life this last year. 2.2 pounds up. I'll take it.
Not
right?
bad.
Like, that's not bad. Do I feel different? I do. And again, I think it has just to do with all the election stuff we dealt with, the pandemic stuff we dealt with, all these other stories that I told myself, when in fact, enterprising people like you decided this is an opportunity to build myself a home gym.
Yes, I did do the home gym, and it was something I had wanted to do for a long time. Psychologically, I think it made a positive difference. And I only put on about 5 pounds during pandemic. And considering the amount of Pop-Tarts I was consuming, I have to give the home gym credit for a lot of that.
Just maybe all the weightlifting means that it's just muscle that you gained.
This is what Michael tells me, but my pants tell me differently. And I have to listen to my pants. When the waistline the waistline will never lie.
There's your pull quote, folks. I have to listen to my pants.
Always never ask your partner, have I gained weight? Just ask your pants. Hey, so I asked you to watch Network, and if you haven't watched the movie, I guess, spoiler alert, we might give some stuff away. So I'm dying to know what you thought of it.
I don't even know where to start with this movie. It's so nuanced. There's so much going on. And while I think it was intended to be a satire, right? I mean, that's how it feels. This main character, she has all these victims, right? When she herself is also being manipulated and victimized by the network, and how she descends further and further. You can just watch. I mean, she's pretty demented to begin with anyway, but she kind of descends into madness herself.
Fade down away.
Yes. She sees all these opportunities for, these ratings, and you're like, oh my gosh, there are people out there now doing the same thing.
Yes. It's all of the other people at the network are just aghast at the idea of her putting on basically a man who is having a mental breakdown repeatedly as your news anchor every night, simply because he will draw so much audience. And the fact that they re-strip the Walter Cronkite-esque news show into this whole entertainment hour with a studio audience and all of these different trashy segments.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Network News Hour with Sybil the Soothsayer. Jim Webbing, and here sits the Emma's Truth Department. Miss Mata Hari and her skeletons in the closets.
Everyone who's watching the movie, I mean, the first time I saw it, I had no knowledge of what this movie was about. It was called Network, but I wasn't even sure it was about a television network. I had no clue what it was. No idea. I didn't know anything about the I'm mad as hell and I can't take it anymore speech in the middle of it. And I was just wiped out by the end of it. I probably first saw it about 10 years ago. At no one's recommendation, I think I just stumbled upon it. And so it was one of those things like, how could nobody have mentioned this movie to me? And so many people haven't seen it. Most people that I talked to, I think it won Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Screenplay, Best Supporting Actress. It was a huge hit, but I think a lot of people have just not seen it, and it's a big mistake.
And you had mentioned when we last talked about the wife, right? Getting an award for her, I mean, I don't know how much.
She had one scene and she won the Oscar.
Don't keep telling me that you're obsessed, that you're infatuated. Say that you're in love with her.
I'm in love with her.
Get out! Go anywhere you want. Go to a hotel. Go live with her, but don't come back. Because after 25 years of building a home and raising a family and all the senseless pain that we have inflicted on each other, I'm damned if I'm going to stand here and have you tell me you're in love with somebody else. Because this isn't a convention weekend with your secretary, is it? Or some broad that you picked up after 3 belts of booze. This is your great winter romance, isn't it? Your last roar of passion before you settle into your emeritus years. Is that what's left for me? Is that my share? She gets the winter passion and I get the dotage. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to sit home knitting and purling while you slink back like some penitent drunk? I'm your wife, damn it. And if you can't work up a winter passion for me, the least I require is respect and allegiance.
She was so believable, and so you feel with them, you feel and then there's this other kind of like this sideshow situation. And what's with the political group, right? You've got them,
the Ecumenical Liberation Army.
Yes,
out in that house in the boonies.
That, but also it just goes to show, let's pull them in here, because that would make some great television too.
And they're as caught up in all of the ratings and the contractual negotiations as the network is. They're as savvy to all of that as the execs are.
Well, they're looking for what we call now exposure, right?
Without giving it away, did the last 5 minutes of the movie surprise you?
I was like, how did they get here? Like, wait, what? The person is no longer serving their purposes, right? They can no longer manipulate this, like the ratings are falling. So now what do we do with him? And this is what they decide. They don't just say, hey, we're just going to fire him, which is the original intent. I just wanted, when we finished it, I wanted to start it over again and rewatch it because there was so much I know I missed.
It's definitely worth a second watch as someone who's probably on his 50th or 55th or 60th watch. And if you do ever purchase it, there is a great running commentary with the director, Sidney Lumet, who will talk about the development of the script and the shooting, and then of course all the fun behind the scenes stuff too.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like at this moment to announce that I will be retiring from this program in 2 weeks' time because of poor ratings. Since this show was the only thing I had going for me in my life, I have decided to kill myself.
What was that about?
Howard just said he was going to kill himself next Tuesday.
Oh, it was really good.
Well, anyone who watches this that is exhausted by nothing left to binge watch, because we've had a year to binge watch everything. If you have not watched Network, it gets the Mary and Gary approval.
It does. Two thumbs up.
Gary.
One show like that could pull this whole network right out of the hole.
We're talking about putting a manifestly irresponsible man on national television.
Hell, you're not serious, are you?
Oh, I'm serious.
I want you to tell the people the truth. We're talking about impermanent, transient human truth.
The son of a bitch is a hit, goddammit! The response is sensational!
I think you're having a breakdown.
This is not a psychotic episode. This is a cleansing moment of clarity.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature!
Why me?
Because you're on television, dummy.